We usually calculate redemption like this: time plus restitution equals restored value. But the thief on the cross is a mathematical impossibility. His time has run out, and his capacity to pay anyone back has vanished. When those variables zero out, the equation crashes. His physical constraints are absolute. His hands and feet are nailed to wood. He lacks the agency to return what he stole or change his behavior. He is physically incapable of participating in his own restoration. From the crowd's perspective, the optics are clear. He is a definitive failure, dying next to a man seen as a failed king. To everyone watching, both men are exactly where they deserve to be: powerless and condemned. Humans have a deep instinct to prove themselves, to point to a better record or plan. But on a cross, there is no future to offer. It is a total vacuum of hope, where the past cannot be fixed. If human value requires time and action to be restored, then a man in these final moments has no path left to redemption. He has nothing left to offer the world. The place of the skull is defined by sensory chaos. It is a site of loud public shame, oppressive heat, and constant hostility. The rulers, the soldiers, and the crowd are all in agreement. They mock Theseus's perceived powerlessness, telling him that if he truly has power, he should use it to save himself. The first criminal reacts with the same baseline impulse. He isn't looking for truth. He is just demanding an immediate escape from physical agony. He uses his last strength to demand that Jesus get them all down from the crosses. But then, something happens that breaks the pattern. Amidst the unified noise of the mockers and his fellow criminal, the second man undergoes a complete change in posture. He stops the insults and makes a confession. He doesn't blame his childhood, the Roman system, or his circumstances. He rejects every modern defense mechanism and accepts total personal guilt for his actions. It's a striking contrast. The educated religious leaders are standing right there and missing the truth, while this dying criminal suddenly sees it with total clarity. With his final breaths, he declares that while he is guilty, the man on the middle cross is innocent. This path to mercy began when the thief stopped shielding himself. He had to trade his excuses for the unfiltered, uncomfortable truth of his own guilt before anything could change. When the thief finally speaks to Jesus, he doesn't use religious jargon or complex prayers. He just says, "Remember me." He doesn't even ask to be taken down from the cross or spared from death. The request is logically staggering. He asks a bleeding, dying man, currently humiliated by his enemies, to grant him entrance into a future kingdom. Jesus is in the middle of active suffocation and intense mockery. He is carrying the physical and emotional weight of the crucifixion, yet he still prioritizes the voice of a broken man hanging beside him. This chart shows the disproportionate response. The thief makes a timid request for a vague someday, but Jesus guarantees today. And the location changes. The thief asks for a kingdom, but Jesus promises paradise, an immediate, massive upgrade over the original request. This exchange ignores the standard human economy of worth. The guilty man brings nothing to the table but his own failure, and the innocent man provides the full inheritance anyway. The promise of paradise did not change the physical reality of the afternoon. The nails didn't fall out, the pain didn't stop. The thief still had to face the reality of his own death in a place of public shame, but his internal state was no longer the same. While his external circumstances were horrific, his ending had changed from dying in debt to dying secured by a promise. This diagram highlights what we might call the proximity fallacy. Both criminals were under the exact same sentence, facing the same death, and physically the same distance from Jesus. Yet their outcomes are diametrically opposed because of the direction their hearts moved. This story is for anyone who feels they are too far gone. The thief had no clean record and no time left to build one, which proves that past damage is not a disqualifier for mercy. In the end, redemption isn't about having enough time to fix your past. It's about the humility to make an honest turn toward God in the present.